Hey, how's it going out there today, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Cash. This is Weekly Recap. What is Weekly Recap, you ask? Well, if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss a moment like this. And if you're an old top here, go ahead and hit that like button. You know what it is. What is Weekly Recap? Let me hit it for the new guys real quick. This is me going over a week of operating a semi-truck. This is going to be less than a week here of operating a semi-truck in the United States. I'm leased to an 80-20 split carrier. What does that mean? That means I own the truck and I'm running under their numbers. Okay. I'm just leased on to them. Okay. So that's what that is. I don't talk about the carrier. Find your own carrier. You'll be more proud of yourself when you do the research and find your own carrier. I don't want to be one of the recruitment bras of YouTube. You know, these numbers are not to brag. These numbers are not to complain. They are just numbers. Don't get in your feelings over numbers. It's not a good look for an adult. You know what I'm saying? I just do this for educational purposes, trying to help people. If you want to become an owner operator, this is one, one little thin margin of education you should bring on yourself. And that's it. That's Weekly Recap. Now, let's get to these numbers. I had a pretty rough week here. It's going to be a short week. I kind of did the old screw you guys. I'm going home and not to my carrier, just, trucking in general here. So, if you watched last week, I finished up in Georgia. So we're coming out of Georgia. Of course, chicken load. You got to get them chicken loads out of Georgia. They got so many of them, there's practically brokers standing on the corner going, chicken loads? Chicken loads? Anybody chicken loads? And I said, yeah, give me one of those. Why not? So this was actually a pretty good one. Money-wise, I'll get into it. Georgia to Kentucky. This is the end of July right here. I am doing multiple weekly recaps per week because I got so far behind because I skipped a bunch of weeks. I didn't skip the week. I skipped doing the video for the week. So no weeks have been skipped. I'm just behind. So this is from July, whereas this video is from September. So, a little behind there. Trying to get caught up on it. But anyway, let's get into this load. Georgia to Kentucky, 46 empty miles, 345 loaded miles, 391 total miles, 20 degrees, 40,000 pounds, and it paid $11.50. Pretty damn good for a chicken load, let me tell you. What is that? That's damn near $3 a mile on a chicken load. That's a good one. Let me tell you why it was a good one. Because as all things in trucking, there is no freebies. If it's paying more, there's a reason. It's just what it is, folks. I mean, there's no freebies in trucking. Trucking is a very commoditized industry and business. And let me tell you why this load paid $3 a mile versus most chicken loads that are paying about a $2, $1.90, $1.80 maybe. This one paid $3 a mile because it was a straight through run. It loaded at about 11 p.m. and it had to be in Kentucky the next morning. Normally, I don't like runs like that because I'm getting old and switching schedules like that makes it rough. And this was rough. I slept almost all afternoon, got up, went and got the load loaded, took out, about 3 in the morning. Hits me like a ton of bricks. I don't care. I don't care. Energy drink, caffeine pills, coffee, don't matter. About 3 o'clock in the morning, it hits me like a wall. Luckily, there was enough time in this to where I could stop and take that hour nap, just find me somewhere. Normally, by 2 or 3 in the morning, the truck stops are starting to, the early birds, the guys that, had to wait for hours to come back at midnight or whatever, they gone. So I take one of those spots. So typically, you can find pretty good parking around that 3 or 4 in the morning. So I pulled in, took me like a little hour nap somewhere in there, trucked it on into Kentucky, and I was tired when I got there. I went and took another 5-hour nap afterwards. So that overnight run got me, but it paid good, got me out of Georgia on something that was paying decent. So I took it, and that's why I did that run. This next run is quite the kerfluffle. Their kerfluffle. This was a 4-day work week, by the way, 4-day. So when you see the numbers at the end, just remember it's 4 days. It is what it is. It's back hauls and a 4-day week. So if you make more than me this week, that's fine. God bless you. I'm to a point in life now where I can honestly congratulate people that do better than me because eh, you know, I'm too old to hate, and I know what it takes to do things. You know, if you make more money than me and you're doing something smarter or better, hey, congratulations, you've got an angle. No hate. So the next load was Kentucky to Minnesota. I've done this load like 20 times probably in the last couple years. Seems like we do quite a bit of these. It's a good way to get out of the southeast with a little money. But it is Kentucky back to Minnesota. 43 empty miles, 729 on the loaded miles, 772 total miles, and that load paid $1,700. $1,700. Now, it's 28 degrees, 38,000 pounds. It's a good load. We do one of these almost every single day of the week now, and I had to wait for the next day. I could not get the day I was supposed to go. I went up there. I was staged, ready to go, and I click my reefer unit on. She's not cooling. Mm-mm, not cooling. It is it's blowing air. It's running, but it's not cooling. So I call them and I say, hey, I call the carrier. I say, hey, I got a problem with this reefer unit. And luckily there was a shop not too far away, a carrier dealer. Yeah, I had a carrier unit. So I went over to carrier. They fixed it. It was a sensor. Luckily the trailer was unloaded because it was one of those they have to do from inside the trailer. But it cost me a day. So instead of being a 3-day week, this was going to be a quick little bam, 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 right back to the house. Overnight run, reload, 1-day run back to Minnesota. It was going to be there. It was like a hard 1-day run, then unload it the next morning. I would consider that a 4-day week. Excuse me, a 3-day week. I call it a 4-day week now because of the trailer breakdown. I had to wait and reload the one the next day. What a bummer. What a bummer. But hey, things break. You can't predict stuff like that. Like I said, I'm just grateful that the trailer was empty because that could have been a real issue having a sensor like that go out where they have to do it from inside the trailer. I kind of think of like these reefer unit manufacturers really should limit that. Like, I mean, I don't know, that maybe that sensor's got to be in there. I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. But to have a sensor the trailer's got to be empty for could be quite catastrophic. You know what I'm saying? So that was it. That was the week. Got the trailer fixed. Carrier paid the bill immediately. Got me right into the shop. It worked out well overall, but it was just a hassle having to, go do that and then sit around a whole nother afternoon and wait for the next morning. Whoa, did that take forever? So there we are. And let's go over the numbers. 2,850, 2,850 total gross revenue between me and my carrier. That's what we made together because we're a team. My 80% of that is 2280, 2280. I ran 1,163 miles to get that money. That's all miles, 1,163. 89 empty miles, 1,074 loaded miles. That's 8% deadhead. I take that. I take that. That's good deadhead. This ain't a bad week for a backhaul week, in my opinion. I mean, it's just not. But I'm sure a lot of people made more money than me this week. But it is what it is. 245 a mile, all miles, not bad. Coming out of Georgia back to Minnesota. $1.96 my 80%, and that's 265 a loaded mile. So that's pretty darn good for loaded miles. Let's come over and get them veritable costs here. Let's talk about veritable costs. So variable cost $476 in diesel. I need diesel available in the merch tent. Go down there and get you a shirt. $120 in reefer fuel. $32 on DEF. $14. I did scale that chicken load up to Kentucky. 0 on parking. 0 on tolls. Not even a toll this week. Oh, I'm loving this not having $500 toll bills every week. I'm kind of glad I'm staying out of the Northeast here lately. Saving on them tolls. But that is 642 total variable cost. Bring over my 2280, subtract out $642 for variable cost. That leaves me 1638 left to do what I have to do with. Yes, sir, that's what I have to do with. Now that's where you would plug in your other costs. That's not net. The big ones, truck payment, insurance payment, and taxes would be the big ones. Fuel was 41 cents for the week. So pretty good there. I'm enjoying the good fuel economy. And after this load to Minnesota, I just took it on into the house for a 34-hour reset. So it took about a 48-hour reset actually, but that's what it was. It was a good week. I ain't going to complain about it for a week coming back after a couple good weeks in a row being out. This is where we're at. I'm happy with it, and that's what matters. Hope you're happy with what you're doing, and if not, change it up. Hi, I want to talk to you real quick about the ES Advantage card. Do you need discounts at major truck stop chains? They got them. Do you need discount on shop rates at TA and Love's? They got them. Tire discounts. They even got health insurance now. Click the link down below. Easy application, no credit check. Sign up. They give you a call back. They'll take all your information and you'll be in the network. How important is Wi-Fi? Very important. That's why I use Nomad Internet in my truck. Yes, sir. This is a Wi-Fi modem that you put in your truck. Check them out. Links below. This thing gets signal when my phone will not. So if you're ever stuck at that truck stop with no signal, you'll wish you had some Nomad in your truck.